First of all, really believe in yourself.
So for aspiring writers, do you have any tips, something that constructive that you can tell them that might help them?
Yes. First of all, really believe in yourself. And that's hard when you haven't gotten published. But here's a little anecdote that I can share. So my first book won the Associated Writing and Writing Programs Award in creative nonfiction back in, I think it was 1998, something like that. And okay, before that book got published, I hadn't been published, and people would say, "Oh, Sue, what do you do?" And would say, "I'm a writer." They would say, "Well, what can I read something, what have you published?" I'll say, "Well, I haven't published it." So they would think, "Well, that's weird. It must just be like a hobby." I mean, they did not take me seriously at all. And so finally, I think I stopped telling people even that I was a writer. But anyway, so then I had this manuscript that was my first book, and I sent it off to this contest. And the director of it called me one day and said, "Your book won this contest." So yay, that was great. And then I would tell people, and then everybody would be impressed. Oh, Sue's a writer. But the book, think about the book. 2 seconds before it won the contest, it was the exact same book as 2 seconds after it won the contest. But before that, I was like a failure. It's the same book. Like not even a comma has changed, right? And so, but all the time, and I wrote for probably about 10 years before I got that first book published. So you really have to be committed and believe in yourself and not be swayed by other people's judgment of you. And I somehow I knew I was going to get published. I just knew that I had to stay with it. And honestly, here's sort of three things you need if to get published. You do need some talent. You do need some luck. But more than anything is you need tenacity. You have to stay with it. And in my experience, I mean, people with whom I went to, learned how to write at the time, I was not the best writer in graduate school, wasn't, but I was probably the most stubborn and I stayed with it and I got better and better. And now, I mean, I've published more than people who were better writers than I was way back then because they didn't stay with it. If you really want to write and you really want to be published, just keep doing it.